All right, the European startup scene is absolutely on fire right now. And you know what? Millions of euros from everyday investors are pouring into what could be the next big thing. In this briefing, we're going to break down exactly where all that money is going. We are going to show you where the smart money is flowing. I'm talking about record-breaking fundraisers that are happening in like minutes. We're also going to look at an exclusive opportunity to invest in one of Europe's biggest, and I mean biggest, tech unicorns. And then we'll dive into a whole wave of brand new companies hitting the market in everything from green tech to med tech and way beyond. So yeah, let's get right into it. Okay, first up, let's talk about the headliners. You know, the big names that are making some serious waves at this very moment. So over on Crowdcube, the opportunities are just massive. We're seeing an exclusive round for Mistral AI, which is an AI decacorn. And just in case you're wondering, that means it's a startup valued at over 10 billion euros. Yeah, but it's not just about these huge tech giants. You also have established players like blockchain.com and even these super fast-growing consumer brands like Townhouse nail salons. It really just shows the incredible diversity of mature companies that are now using crowdfunding to grow. Now, it's not just the big names that are impressive. It's the unbelievable speed and scale of these fundraisers. Seriously, the momentum in this market is just astonishing. So take the Bitcoin savings app, Bitstock. They raised 1 million euros in just over 5 minutes. I mean, think about that for a second. It is the fastest campaign to ever hit that €1 million mark on Crowdcube in Europe. The demand was so insane, they had to more than double their target to $4.5 million just to let over 8,000 investors get a piece of the action. And you know, it's not just about speed, it's also about scale. Over on Invesdor, this alternative dairy company called Those Vegan Cowboys raised a staggering 7 million euros. And they did it in only 10 days from over 1,800 investors. So look, whether it's happening in minutes or over a couple of days, the takeaway is crystal clear. When a hot company hits the market, investors are ready and waiting to pour in some serious capital. So where are all these amazing companies coming from? Let's do a real quick lightning round of the hottest investment sectors right now. Green tech is absolutely booming, and it's all about tackling these huge environmental problems. We're seeing companies focused on the circular economy, right? Like Pandoboc, which is replacing single-use packaging. And then you have others, like Northern Lithium, trying to solve these critical resource challenges by securing a domestic lithium supply for the UK. The innovation here is just all over the map, in the best way possible. Medtech and biotech are also seeing some truly game-changing innovation. I mean, we're talking about everything from instant cancer diagnostics in the operating room, from companies like Refined Laser Systems, all the way to the holy grail of needle-free vaccines being developed by Tech. I mean, come on. These are technologies that could genuinely change millions of lives. The food tech space is just fascinating because it's so diverse. On one end, you've got companies like Reploid that are literally using insects to turn food waste into protein. Wild stuff. Then on the other hand, you have these social impact models like Ramdom Social, where every single purchase funds a meal for someone in need. It's a sector that blends high tech with a whole lot of heart. And of course, AI and deep tech continue to just push boundaries in pretty much every field you can imagine. Get this. Companies like EU are even using AI to fact-check social media in real time to fight misinformation. It's so clear that deep tech is being applied to solve very real, very human problems. Okay, so all this innovation from startups is fantastic. But what's making it all possible? Well, the platforms themselves are evolving. They're becoming way more mature and sophisticated for both founders and, importantly, for investors. One of the single biggest developments, and I mean this, is the expansion into secondary markets. Platforms like Crowdcube and Republic are leading the charge here, and it really represents a fundamental shift in how you can approach startup investing. So what does this actually mean for you as an investor? Well, for years, the biggest drawback of startup investing was that your money was just locked up, sometimes for a decade. Secondary markets are changing all that. They create a potential way for you to sell your shares to other investors before a big exit happens. This could be a total game changer for liquidity. And we're seeing signs of this maturity all across the ecosystem. I mean, in Italy, Mamacrowd is leading a market that's really growing. Invesdor just became a certified B Corp, showing this deep commitment to impact. And major platforms like Crowdcube are now being recognized as some of the most active investors in all of Europe. The whole space is just leveling up. So, after all that, What's the big takeaway from all this activity? What does this flurry of deals and records and innovations really mean for you? It's actually pretty simple. The European startup scene has never been more accessible or more exciting for the retail investor. Whether you're passionate about backing the next AI giant or a local green tech solution, the sheer range of opportunities you can invest in right from your laptop has just never been greater. But listen, this market moves incredibly fast, and the next big thing could literally launch tomorrow. So if you want to stay ahead of the curve, make sure you follow Crowdinform and subscribe to our newsletter. It's truly the easiest way to keep up with all of this.
So the big question is, where are you going to look next? Will it be the sustainable future of green tech, the life-saving breakthroughs in medtech, or maybe the transformative power of AI? Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next briefing.